All-Star Game stakes. Winner of the East versus West gets to host the finals as the home team. I'm absolutely sure some championship contending players will want to win the All-Star Game so their conference gets to host the big series. Undoubtedly, the coach of the East or West too. Problem solved. You're welcome, Scottie P.
Scottie Pippen, thanks for listening.
Yep.
Thanks for writing in.
He says, all we got to do to fix the All-Star Game is to do what they did in the MLB, I guess, for a little bit. They got rid of it, but it was the winner of the All-Star Game would get home field advantage in their case. But he says, why don't we do that for the All-Star Game, for the NBA?
This may fix the All-Star Game. And it would ruin the regular season. Because now home court advantage is determined by one game in the middle of the year. What about the other 82 games that actually matter?
Yeah.
You think anybody's going to give it their all trying to finish the first seed if they know that Nikola Jokic shooting hook shots in February is actually what matters? I do not think this would be a good idea.
No, not a fan of this. No.
But it would make the All-Star Game perhaps more competitive.
I guess. Yeah, I guess it would. I don't see how it couldn't help. But I don't think we need to.
No, we do not need to do this. You don't need DeMar DeRozan being like, get on my back. Giannis, I got this for you. You guys make the finals. I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, what else could we do? I mean, everybody just wants to figure out how do we make it more competitive.
People want to incentivize both the All-Star Game and the in-season tournament because I've seen people saying, why do fans care if players get an extra $500,000? Fair enough.
Right.
But if we give a playoff spot to the in-season tournament, people are saying maybe they should get the 6th seed, maybe they should get the 7th seed, the number 1 seed in the play-in tournament kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what are we giving to the All-Star Game? We're giving them home court advantage. It's like, yeah, it makes everything matter for sure, but all we want is people to play hard in the All-Star Game for 1 quarter. That's all.
I know.
That's all we're asking for.
That's exactly right. There shouldn't have to be all that much incentivizing. Yeah. It's like, for the good of the game, honestly, that's what we're getting at. Play hard for 1 quarter, for the final 6 minutes, and give us a show. But yeah, for the in-season tournament, you're right. A lot of talk about should they get playoff seeding, or people have thrown around the idea, what about a high draft pick? Like you're suddenly given like the 5th pick or something like that. Like maybe not the 1st pick, but you're given a very strong pick. Though people then push back, why would these players want to play hard for the idea of a guy taking their job? And it's like, I don't know. I understand that, but like at the same time, like some of these guys are like, well, yeah, you always want more talent on your team. Yeah. Even if it's in the case of a rookie. But yeah, there's also people saying this in-season tournament cup early in the year, if it's a success, whatever we determine that to be as a success, if it works, watch the league add a second one later on that maybe then does grant you a playoff position. That starts to make a little bit more sense the closer you get to the postseason.
Okay.
Right? Little weird, I think, giving the winner of the in-season tournament cup in December the 7th seed or 6th seed or whatever.
Sure.
Makes a little bit more sense maybe in a March tournament or something like that, personally. But I guess that depends on how this goes.
They could call it like March Madness. Right? Winner take all. I think that's a good name.
That's a great name.
Has this ever been suggested? Stop me if it has. Make the All-Star Game count. And what I mean is every team that has an All-Star player on the East, if they win, that's a win for their team in the actual standings.
Jeez. Wow.
And then it's a loss on the... So like not that these are but the Bulls, the Raptors, the Heat, the 76ers.
Fascinating. You're saying if the Eastern Conference wins, everybody in the East, even if you didn't have a representative...
Well, or you have to have a representative on the All-Star, so that's more incentive to become an All-Star.
Oh, Jesus, holy moly, it's all intertwined.
Yeah, just make it count.
I have never heard that actually, which is crazy. I've never heard that. That's a hoop idea right there. # hoop idea.
Yeah, just throwing it out there.
Schumann, of course, points out, well, the standings mostly matter within the conference. So if you gave all the Eastern Conference players an extra win, what does that really do? Fair, but as TK said in the comments there, back to Shu, this is why we keep the draft. Go back to the draft. We split up conferences and there's drafting. Ooh. Then it means something.
Playing for a win.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I like it.
We did it. Took us 19 years.
Yes. Yeah. People are loving. People are loving that that you have come up with this idea here. Joe says, nearly 20 years of absorbing knowledge on a game he doesn't care about has paid off, folks. JD has achieved NBA nirvana. You imagine, like, they try this. It works incredibly. People love it. Like, Silver brings JD out. Let's bring out the man.
The architect of it all.
Yes.
The Doyle plan.
Yeah, the Doyle plan. Step aside, Elam. We've got Doyle now.
Imagine.